tenshir sangye drupasho chudan soki chonamla chanshu pardu dagni kapsuchi dagi chenyen gipe sonamki rola tenshir sangye drupasho chudan soki chonamla chanchu bardu dagni kapsuchi dagi chenyen gipe sonamki rola penchir sangye drupasho shmokity dokity. Okay, here's the progress report. We have added some long and very valuable appendices because his text was so difficult. By the way, you can figure 8 English pages per folio side. So that's 100 pages of appendices already. And we tackled Tsongkhapa's text on difficult points in the minority school, but unfortunately it was difficult points. And we found an easier commentary to enter Tsongkhapa. As Choni Lama would put it, it's a ship on the sea.
It's a ship, oh yeah, true sea. Ship on
Yeah.
the difficult points.
Because, Nagarjuna's wisdom, Tsongkhapa wrote a commentary called Rikpe Gyatso, Ocean of Reasoning. And you can't understand it. You need Choni Lama's Rikpe Gyatso truthing. You need the ship to go on his ocean. So it's very cute that he named his wisdom commentary. But, anyway, we did three folios and we gave up and we're going to go back. So it takes 6 more years to finish with Tsongkhapa, but I have a plan. Let's publish the Golden Key by itself. And nowadays I found a new way to count the English pages, which is 70 Tibetan words per English page. It's 70 Tibetan words per English page. So that's more accurate than doing folios, because the folios can have a vast difference of number of. So you put it into Word, and you do a word count, and now I can predict almost exactly to the page. So
syllables?
Syllables, yeah. Dots. Spaces, yeah. So you're going to have a 200-page. It's going to be a sweet book. It'll be half as thick as the Sunlight book. And then Tsongkhapa's by itself will be 500, but you won't finish until 2026. Just behind Stanley. By the way, Stanley's still projected for 2046, so it's good for a long life. But his is going to come out in 6 books, and the first book can come out quite soon. So that's kind of exciting. All of you are coming out. Y'all got to think about what you want to do next, okay?
It's probably reassuring to the reader if such a difficult book is thin.
Yeah. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a little thin book that you can't read a single page. Okay, we went through the 8 arguments in whose commentary?
The Mongol savant.
Yeah, Ngawang Pelden. Chujing, say Chuje? Ngawang Pelden. You know, a great Mongolian scholar who wrote the class.
Salam.
Yeah, he wrote the book for the Tantric levels and paths, which we covered in the Tantric course, the 7-year Tantric course. But here, he had a great version of these. So now they're totally clear. We don't have to spend much time on them. And we call them arguments because they are not proofs. These are arguments about what subject?
About Kunshi.
The existence of Kunshi. Why do you need a Kunshi, okay? And we started out by calling them proofs, and we decided to change it because some of them are not proofs. They're kind of disproofs. Anyway, here we go. Here's number 3. You criticize him for random things, like I don't like your tie or something. Okay, just kidding.
He's too busy.
Shenyang.
Good.
왕은 참 현직주 대윤난 왜 Yishenjukpa Selwa Kemi Rungwarstel Namshi.
What's else?
I don't know.
Yeah. Are you going up or down?
I'm doing it. Tell? Namshi Nichik Chartu Mikeweche.
Good. Moreover, Wang Ngun here means, Wang Bo Ngun Sum. Wang Shi Ngun Sum. A sense consciousness. One of the 5 sense consciousnesses, okay? Together with it, the Yishe, the 6th consciousness, Yiki number Shenpa, which is Nangwa it's Yuo.
Which is appearing to its object, or the object which appears to it.
We gotta talk about Nangwa used with consciousnesses, okay? And I want you guys to think of a new translation.
Oh yeah,
We talked about it, yeah. What's it mean? It doesn't mean appear.
No, it doesn't. Which is that thing sees or that thing perceives.
You could probably do it that way.
Well, you had something more.
The idea, I forget what I had.
It was very quick.
Let's say you look at this, okay? Then there's a nangwa of pink in your consciousness. You see?
Aspect or,
All right, it takes on an aspect. I think it was take on an aspect.
That was it. Yeah.
Okay, so it takes on an aspect. Okay, then that aspect of pinkness could not be clear if there was another consciousness going on at the same time.
Oh yeah, the juke. This
Okay.
is the juke one.
Yeah. Okay.
that means colored by, right?
Yeah, exactly. Colored by is a great, like the ruby in the Yoga Sutra.
Yeah.
Okay. Kim, it would be incorrect to say that a mental consciousness could arise at the same time as the sense consciousness, colored by the same object, because according to you, namshe ni chicharamike.
Two consciousnesses cannot simultaneously be occurring.
Yeah, okay, good. Who said that?
Lord Buddha said that.
No, I mean, in this debate, I'll ask you this way.
Oh wait,
Is it a guy who likes the idea of
no, it's someone who doesn't like kunshi.
yeah, he doesn't like kunchi because he says you can't have a major consciousness going on while you're having another major consciousness going on. You can't have two at the same time. Every parent tells every wife tells their husband, you can't think of two things at once. Like, pay attention to me. Stop looking at your phone. Okay, namshe ni chichiorumike. You can't focus on two things at once. Okay, you can't have two major parts of the mind going on at the same time. Okay. So is that an argument in favor of kunshi or against kunshi?
Against.
Which one?
Because you can't have two.
Who's saying this one? The guy who likes kunshi or the guy who...
against kunshi?
No, the against guy,
says, right?
this is a sarcastic statement made by the guy who does like kunshi. Oh, I guess there's...
Yeah, because he said.
The guy says no kunshi. And we said, why? He says, you can't have two major parts of your mind going on at the same time. Oh, well then I guess you never have mental consciousness.
Oh, how can you have a mental consciousness? How can
Yeah.
something appearing
Yeah.
consciousness while having a mental
Good.
consciousness?
Got it? Which everyone says you can have.
No
Mm.
one says that.
Yeah, Abhidharma, in the next moment you have
Next.
Whoa, what just happened?
Chicky KJ ki soup. Anyway, yeah, so get it clear who's talking here. We say, we're who? We're mind only, we're word. And we say, look, oh, so I guess you can't think about what you're seeing. Or you can't be aware that you're seeing something. I guess you can't be aware you're looking at a coffee cup. Well, why do you say that? You can't have two major things going on in your mind at the same time. Why do you say that? Well, that's what you said when you said we can't have a kunshi.
Doesn't the Abhidharma say specifically that?
But understand who's talking.
Yeah.
Got it? Okay. Now the rest are, but unfortunately these arguments twist. Sometimes it's this guy, sometimes it's this guy. Okay. Anyway, the bottom line is, you can say I'm aware of seeing a coffee cup. Then there's two major states of mind going on. It's a consciousness of the of the color, and a consciousness of seeing the coffee cup. So you can't tell me there's no kunshi because you can't have two major events going on in your mind at the same time, because you already accept you can. Lousy argument against kunshi.
Yes.
Okay, got it?
Right.
Okay, here we go.
Argument against that argument.
Yay! By the way, there's a reason why this is asterisk. There are 8 major arguments.
Yes.
He's going to categorize them later into proofs, arguments, questions. He also realized
Nice,
it
yeah.
doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Okay. Here we go.
Shenyang led to Machikcha to Mirongwat Tel.
It's probably
Kebu
down.
Shik. Gyokpanjote.
Ndrote.
Njote. Nulam Trang. Lam Mikpe Namrik. Ne Namrik. Wait, oh wait.
Ne Kamba.
Tek Chok. La Mikpe Namrik. Ngao. Nyampe Namrik. Yultun. Ki Sado Sokla. Bigpe.
Hey, Sados.
Machix Char to Minjungwe Chirte. Nzintang Mi Chikpe Namshi to Machik Char Minjungwe Chir.
Nice
Yeah,
one,
nice. Nice Jung. Sorry? Didn't we do 4?
You just explained the asterisk.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's right. Let's go back to 4. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're going to have to read it.
Shenyang, moreover.
Yeah. No, read first. Come on. Let's get some.
No, I'm joking.
Grr.
More.
Uh-huh.
Kemi, Ge, Sabin, Mit, Bartel,
I've heard-
Te,
Wait, tell or tell?
Probably.
Jump to the end.
Tel, Te,
And tell. Sarcastic.
is it?
What the? You telling me
You're telling me
there's no seed for good deeds and bad deeds? Are you telling me there's no seed for good deeds and bad deeds? Why?
Bartel.
By the way, it's the mind-only sky. It's the mind-only guy talking to the guy who doesn't accept kunshi. Oh, so I guess there's no good karma and bad karma, huh? Okay, why?
Cause Te, Goshi, Kunshi, Me,
Good.
So, Chok, Go, Shir,
Yeah, no smearable place.
Mi, Rungwe, Chirte, Gyun, Mi, Tenpe, Chir.
You've had this, and we've gone through the 8 arguments presented by the Mongol master.
Yes.
We're kind of going through them again, so I expect you to translate this on your own. Here we go.
Oh.
Shenyang,
Moreover,
good. Are you? I'll give you the start.
are you telling me there's no good virtue and non-virtue?
Stubborns.
Seeds.
Whoa, why you say that? Teacher, here's teacher in between here.
Yeah. Because there's no smearable place. The Kunshi is not a smearable place.
Yeah, there's no place to. We called it incense smell in the cloth that you use to wrap the incense. Okay, it means goa. To imbue it. Okay, and certain things, if you remember, are not appropriate to be imbued into.
Yes, like the wind.
Nah, like the wind or. Okay, here we go. Tsokjuk, Goshir, Mirung. Dani grammar case. I'll give it to you. Wait. Tsokjuk, Goshir, Mirung.
Because the 6 are inappropriate to be placed.
Good.
Here.
The 6th normal consciousnesses, which you guys want to stick to and not have a 7th and 8th, you non-mind only guys, you just want to have 6. Well, where are you going to put those seeds? Oh, it's in the 6th consciousness. No, they are too fleeting. You can't smear the smell on something that's zoom,
Because they're
you know.
going in and out.
Okay, Chiente. Why? Their gyun is miten, spelled with an A.
Not firm.
Good. Their flow.
Unfirm.
Their flow is too unstable. Okay, and in Abhidharma, especially which sense?
Sound.
Sound. In Abhidharma, it's treated separately because it's totally momentary. You know, ephemeral. Yeah. Okay. So the flow of the senses is too short-lived and too unstable to plant a seed into it, a karma seed into it. So we got to have a kunshi, which is there all the time. And steady. You die, you move on, you're in the bardo. it's still there. You still got your kunshi. If you don't have that, then it's like a soul. If you don't have a soul, where are you going to put your good deeds and bad deeds? You know? Yeah, how you ever going to go to heaven? Okay, go. Oh, you read this already. This is misspelled. Okay, I like this one. Okay, $20 for the example I gave when we got to this part before.
Whoa.
10.
Driving.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
$20.
Standing with the memory.
20 renminbi, right? I paid the foreigners in
You asked.
their own. Yeah, it's $3. Ding. Okay, so here we go. Shenyang, laid too much Rimumata. Okay, it's still who's talking?
Mind only people.
To the guy who says,
There's
no kunchi. Okay, well, I guess you can't do multiple things at the same time while you're driving.
I guess karmas can't occur at the same time.
This lay means actions.
Actions work.
So while you're driving, you can't be looking at your phone and driving. And if phones had been invented,
Only.
God, I had so many people come into my lane and they're looking at their phone like this, and I'm like, you know. Anyway, it's now surpassed alcohol as the most accidents. Yeah, more people get killed by cell phones than by alcohol now in a car. Yeah, they do much each other mean what, huh? I'm sure none of you do. What's this gyokbar which you've rarely had? Gyopo gyopo. Nice. You wait till I offer some money next time. By the way, I'm going to ask you to check some carvings because it might have been poor. Okay. Gyopo is the normal, but it could be gyokba. Okay. I'm going to put question mark. Check.
Check your carvings.
Good luck.
Right? You have carvings?
Don't you have one carving in this?
Let's check this carving.
Yeah, check. See if there's a little piece of a naro that used to be there.
Okay.
Because it's normally gyokbo. Okay.
Look for it around the floor.
So what's the drot say? What's the drot say?
In that light? No. It's
Say.
At the time you go?
Yeah, when you're in the car
Yeah.
and you're going fast. He said fast. He wants to make it fast. Or you're jogging down the street and you're not me or Nick. A, you see the n.
The vessel.
It means you're aware of the whole world. Okay, you're aware of the world. Okay, which in this case is a lam tongue, which means a narrow path as a part. By the way, this word is famous where? Nice. Pardo Tongdul. Pardo Tongdul. Freedom in the narrow path of the Bardo. Tongdul. Translated as Tibetan Book of the Dead. Okay? Which is not accepted by Galupas. Okay? It's that's a freedom by hearing about it, which is another prayer by the first Panchen Lama. Okay? But it's what do you call it? No, it's we accept the Abhidharma presentation of the Bardo, and we don't accept that one. That's what do you call it? They made it up.
Fiction.
A terma, or was it a contrived?
Not based on scripture.
There's a word for it.
Oh, they dig out.
No, they just made it up. I mean, it's not correct. There's a lot of it not correct. It's not accepted in the Galupa monasteries. Okay. Okay. Tangdu la mikben namrik. This namrik kind of means just an awareness, okay? So you do have an awareness of the general world as you're driving quickly down a road, okay? Narrow road, okay? I think he wants to say narrow because you gotta have, it's not like you can just see the road, you gotta see the sides also. You gotta have some awareness of the sides to see the narrow road, okay? Like you're going down a train track, you have some awareness of the two sides of the track, okay? A, you have that. That awareness is running at the same time as kambatek jok. You are, ne is as opposed to n, okay? N means the general world, and ne means the very spot that you are stepping on. Jok, dek jok, we had it a lot in the Nagarjuna. I mean, a whole chapter on Dekjok. Chapter 2, anyway, coming and going, okay? It's all about the front part of your foot, the back part of your foot, you know. Okay, so Dek means to put the foot down, okay? So you have some awareness through the sole of your shoe, which is probably tactile of the dirt, of the path, at the same time as you're observing the two sides of a narrow path. Okay, got it? Those are simultaneous. Dekjokla Mikbe Namrik, you have a perception aimed at the spot you're stepping on, which could be a tactile perception through the bottom of your shoe, through the sole of your shoe, okay? And at the same time, Yuldun, Kisadon, where you're looking for the sados in front of you.
The rocks and the earth.
Yeah, like if you're walking at Diamond Mountain, you better watch the sados and the jewels.
Snake.
And yeah, you gotta have an awareness of where you're putting your foot. That's a separate awareness. Okay, these are all going on at the same time. Come on. Tola Mikben Namrik. Tuma. He read it correctly, which was really refreshing. Chikchar.
Many things are happening at the same time.
Yeah, many whats are happening at the same time.
Awarenesses.
Yeah, many awarenesses. So you can translate Namrik here as awareness, okay? You got many awarenesses happening at the same time. But I guess they're not. Okay?
Right.
Okay, I guess they're not. Because he started with a sarcasm. Oh, you telling me you can't do a lot of stuff while you're driving your car? Why? Well, because according to you, these 3 or 4 events can't be going on at the same time. Why? Because according to you, Zindang Michibin Namshe Dumachicho. What's it mean?
Can't hold multiple.
What's Zindang?
The way that you see things.
Good, yeah. How do you say that?
Tongue is gate.
How you hold the object, you see. Tongue is an ancient word for
The gate of a horse.
the gait of a horse, yeah. So Zintang is a word used in perceptual theory heavily by the second school. The way in which you hold the object, okay? Kind of like the aspect or the feeling you have about the object, okay? Mi chikben namshe. All of the consciousnesses going on at the same time must have the same interpretation or feeling about the object at the same time, or they can't be at the same time. Okay? Like, you can't feel good about one thing and feel bad about another thing and see them both at the same time in one mind, according to you non-mind only fools. Okay, got it? Good?
Same person.
So again, be careful, because this is all sarcasm. And it's easy to mistranslate it, okay? It means, according to you, blah, 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 according to you, blah, 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 and according to you, blah, blah, okay? And he never wraps it up. He just leaves it like that, okay? It's just a big sarcasm, okay? So it's important in your translation to make it clear. Yeah, make it sarcastic, like you're talking to your girlfriend. So I guess we shouldn't go to the restaurant tonight, since you takes a half hour to lipstick your bottom lip, and then a half an hour to lipstick the upper lip, and then the bottom lip's off again. Don't say anything. Okay, go.
This is the recorded advice.
코나레 남자래 스토프니 직찰 통함에 최순 바탕겔로
Ngello.
겔로.
By the way, Adam's text. Yeah. Yeah, your last subject is Gelndrel. Gelndrel. Relations and contradictions. Yeah. Yeah, and you're very close to finishing your first book, actually. Yay! Okay, here we go. You're the fastest one because your arguments are so repetitive. Okay. Konare.
If someone says
Yeah, same as
콩,
Kachignare. Okay, or same as Kachik. What about
what about the Vardaka?
Yeah, the Vardaka, because it says Tony Chicha Towame.
It says
Okay.
You can't see two things going on at the same
To
time.
understand
You can't see something with two different, not S.
conceptions.
Yeah, this is spoke as impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it had an S, it has a totally different meaning. Without the S, it means kind of a fleeting feeling or
Thought.
impression.
Mm.
You could say impression, okay? You can't look at something and have two impressions going on at the same time. Quote, you're Gyawa.
You're contradictory.
Yeah, you're contradicting Dharmakirti. Nice. You're Shena, if you say that. Now, mixed nuts quality. I mean, we're putting out all these books, but in my opinion, they're the highest quality ever done anyway. Because we go find it and we make sure that's what it says, and then he didn't misquote it, and he didn't misspell it, and that's what takes so long. And here it is, okay? Toni chikcha tome. Deni ditun number she. Shinking yongwa tembayin, okay? So you got when you do a search, capture the page number, so we don't have to go back and do it again, okay?
Thanks for making it a bigger font size.
I just had that idea, and I'm going to do that from now on. Yeah, that's 16 point. This is 12 point.
Huge.
Okay, yeah. Why not? I mean, we got New Yorkers in the back who need it big in the big city.
Oh, they gotta see it all the way.
Okay, please read.
균메테 테니 데든 전트랑 이 샘삼베 dunsul 인베 칠때 테네 룩테 소케 케밀렌 베주.
This is kind of a what do you call it? Eye raising, eyebrow raising. You know what? What the? Kinmei Day. Who's talking?
We are.
Yeah, how to say it in New Yorkese?
No problem.
No problem, man. No problem. That's just Dharmakirti said that, man. No problem. No problem. That refers to the system accepted by the Semsampas, who are Daedun Chetangs.
Who follow the 7 books of Dharmakirti.
7 books of logic. Well, some are by Dignag, I think. Okay. Oh, that's just the idea of the mind-only schools, guys, who follow the 7 books of classical Buddhist logic. The 7 shastras of classical Buddhist logic, okay?
The logic school leading mind only?
Yeah, exactly. And to me, if we could translate Daedun Yuki Munsao, that would be a coup. It's the greatest and clearest book on logic ever, perceptual theory, ever written
Yeah, let's do that one.
by Kedupche, but it will take a long time. Okay, Daedun. Oh, that's those guys who accept the 7 books of
7
logic.
bookers.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Then I looked there, so get came in the nature. Therefore, in that system,
they do not accept that there's 8 collections.
yeah, they don't accept 8. Who?
The 7 bookers of the mind-only schoolers,
Or
or the 7 bookers themselves.
the mind-only guys who like the 7 books
Right.
don't accept 8 consciousness.
Really? What the heck?
I mean, that's what it seems to say.
That's terrible. That's a big problem.
He's trying to say that there are
Mind only.
mind-only school guys who, because of their loyalty to Dharmakirti, say you cannot accept 8 consciousnesses. So now we're positing a mind-only guy who doesn't accept Kunshi.
That's so upsetting.
Yeah, that's out of nowhere.
Yeah, there you go.
This Took gave me the collection of 8, not the 8.
Which one?
So, yeah,
Yeah, like so
right.
Oh, this means Namshe Tsok Tuk and Namshe Tsok Get. Yeah. Okay, got it? Yeah, he's looking it up to see if there's such a thing. Okay, good luck. Please read.
Jukta Tsawale Mashe Tokni Chikchan Min Sokchir Gay Min Tok Truk Dedun Jichang Lu.
Yeah, and this confirms our reading. This confirms our reading. Okay, skip the Mashe, okay? I'm coming back to it. Togni Chicha Min Sokchir. Because you cannot have 2 impressions, okay, at the same time,
Etc.
some people say gay min.
There ain't 8.
There's 2.
There's 6.
Who says that?
Those mind-only schoolers who
Nice.
and follow the 7.
Perfect. There it's confirmed. The reading is confirmed. Okay, got it. Okay.
Which Drupta?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh,
Oh, by the way, we still have to treat the mache. Okay.
oh yeah.
Now, it looks like the one by Jamyang Shepa. Okay, which he's been referring to. He seems to be a loyalist of Jamyang Shepa. Okay. And so I went and got it for you. I hope I made it bigger. Well, here.
Where's my shit?
Oh, there is Mashe. I'm sorry, this is the quotation itself.
Oh.
Okay. Mashe tongni chikchar min sokchir, gay min sokchir dendun jedangche. It's almost like he's playing here with numbers 8, 6, 7. He's being cute. He's getting 8, 6, 7 in one line. Okay. And he doesn't explain further, and he doesn't explain further why they say mashe. I think it means don't explain it that way. Okay? Don't say that. Okay? Don't say that. Meaning, don't say that you can have two impressions at the same time because people don't agree. Okay? Don't explain it that way. I believe it's imperative. Okay? Don't do that. Don't explain it that way. You can't. There's only 6. Okay, he's quoting another school. Okay, don't talk like that. Hey, don't talk like that. Okay, got it? Oh, money, baby.
Yeah.
By the way, for a while we got confused about this Drupta, I think, right, Ben? We thought it was Chankya.
Right.
And we had it miscategorized in our, because oftentimes this is referred to as the Drupta Chemo also. The great Drupta. And we got really confused. We thought it was I assumed it was Chankya, and then finally he figured out it wasn't. Okay, so be careful when you hit Drupta Chemo. 6th argument. Please read today.
Shenyang. Ne kyap kuntu lu lab kyap parke he sor wa me parten kunshi mena te mi rungwechi.
Who's talking?
We are
Good.
only
Mind-only guys are complaining to the guys who don't accept
the kunshi.
kunchi. Yeah. So I guess if, you don't have feeling over your whole body. Okay? I guess you don't have feeling over your whole body. I think this might have been the one where you woke somebody up.
Yeah, with a hairpin.
Yeah. By the way, he covers his ass by saying nekab kuntu, meaning at all occasions, in all situations. Lula kyap, here's the ancient meaning, the original meaning of kyap.
Covers.
Feeling which covers every part of your skin. Kepe sorwa meatao. Okay, yeah.
I guess you don't feel stuff.
Yeah, I guess you don't feel stuff. Why? In this system, feeling is localized. It has to be localized, okay? You can only feel the tip of your finger. It's an event that happens in part of your body. It's not that your whole body feels something, okay? So then you can't have, if someone touches you in 2 places, I guess you can't have feeling. Why? Without kunchi, it's not possible. Because one skin sorwa can only cover one spot of your body. That's the idea. Okay? So if you have feeling at 2 spots of your body at the same moment, there has to be a kunchi to cover the second one. There has to be a background consciousness to have multiple sensations on the skin at the same time. That's our view. Okay? There has to be a background awareness. Okay? Got it? I think the example we had was your wife wakes you up and you're asleep and
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in deep sleep.
Yeah.
There's a pokey in the bed.
yeah.
Why would you wake up unless there was a kunshi?
Yeah, okay, good. Okay. I think that's,
Yeah.
and by the way, Ngawan Pelden doesn't always explain it the same way, which is why it's good to have 2 viewpoints on these 8 important, very important 8 arguments. Ngawan Pelden's arguments are kind of more convincing to me, which is why we went and made an appendix of it. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Shenyang. Du she me pe tango pe numjuk ni me patel
Good. You went down. I guess.
They're all down.
yeah. Meow. Use your finger also. Meow.
Tengi ki 각자 속촉 꼭 그라 테라 셴페
Delay.
데레 셴페
Shembe.
셴페 남시 메페 루워
Lu porte. This is a verb, por.
코
Yeah.
okay 루포테 시와 탐 케메 둔비or 외치
Nice. Okay, moreover, that's how he introduces the next of the 8. When you do dushi meipe, and you have to distribute nyomjuk, okay? When you do dushi meipe nyomjuk, or you do gope nyomjuk, okay?
yes
Which is, this is where you have no
discrimination
discrimination going on, a deep meditation, deep state of meditation with no discrimination going on, which is not the deepest because there's also dushe me min. So this is number 7 probably. Or gopen yomju, which is for them it's a meditation on emptiness. Okay, it means cessation meditation, but you're in a deep meditation on emptiness. Okay, which comes at the end of the lion's dance in theory. Ni mao tao. Okay, so there cannot be those two kinds of deep meditation. Why? Both of those is gakcha is the sokchu.
it's the senses
Both of those meditations are blocking the sokchu. Both of those deep meditations are blocking the 6 normal consciousnesses.
So you couldn't have a mind.
Alive or something?
Yeah, and if there were no awareness other than those, okay, if there were no awareness other than those, then you would lupor.
you would die
Yeah.
move on
Past your body.
You would dump your body, which is to say, he's explaining in himself. He says, when I say dump your body, shiwa. Yeah, you die. Okay, you would dump your body. The guy said, what? Die. Okay, this is the appositive thing. Okay, this is the appositive thing. You would dump your body, huh? Die. Keme. Keperme.
there's no other way
No other option.
No, you would be no different than a dead person.
no different
You would be no different. Okay? You'd be indistinguishable from a dead person. Okay, got it? If there were no background consciousness, because during those 2 deep meditations, the collection of 6 consciousness is canceled, or it's suppressed, then you would die if there's no kunshi. Okay, got it?
5 minutes.
Okay, we can do it.
고 셴양 치포와 메파텔
Wait, I hate this question mark tell. That was pioneered by Sugang. Tell? You cover both.
it's supposed to be down
Meow-tow, meow-tow, meow-tow.
Can't
Yeah.
go on, I guess.
Lu,
루 잠실라 캬페 군시 림기 응가
nice prenasal. Done.
루킨 조솔
Tr,
주솔 타네 림신 두유 발레 대미rum의 치로
good. Shenyang, moreover,
However,
chipo meow-tow.
dying and moving on would not happen.
Yeah, you're telling me there's no chipo? Well, why you say that? Because you, Gakpa,
You stop.
Deny.
yeah, I would say, I'm sorry, no, we got it wrong. Lu tamje la kepe kunchi,
Because the kunshi covers
because
the whole body.
the kunchi, which covers the whole body, Gakpa's at the end of your life, rimki.
And step by step.
Yeah, gradually. Okay, all right. The existence of kunchi explains why the body loses its warmth from the extremities first. If there were not a consciousness covering the whole body, then that change in temperature from the extremities to the center of the body wouldn't happen.
But he doesn't say extremities. Now Pelton did, but he doesn't.
Yeah, they're interesting. The differences of their explanation is very fascinating for one of the lectures you give about your book when it comes out. Okay, so
People will attend.
It won't even be.
are you guys here for the lecture? No, we're just here to clean up afterwards. That's a negative to audience.
We just set up the chairs.
Because the sensation of warmth, okay, Trutzor, the sensation of warmth in the body from the extremities.
Yeah, from the edges.
Yeah, step by step is, what do you call that in Vajrayogini practice?
Oh, yeah. Withdraw.
Is withdraws to the center.
Yeah.
Withdraws to the center, something like that. Okay. This do doesn't mean collection. This do means to collect at the center,
Retract.
contract at the center. Yeah. Okay.
Has to be good.
Yeah, Gopale. It has to be like that.
Yeah.
And if your body, if it was just the six consciousnesses, you couldn't do that. It couldn't do that. We have time for one more sentence?
2 minutes, yep.
Okay, let's go. Don't waste 2 minutes in your life. I'm telling you from 67.
Always 2 minutes figuring out how old you are.
How do you know that you have Alzheimer's?
You don't remember?
You don't remember what it means. Okay, anyway.
이 장호 시바 족바 돈바 깨바 남니 축제 니장 클락마 솜니 스폰트 송소.
You want to take a shot? It's not easy, but you can do it, I think.
Sure. Here, of the arguments, the first one, the fourth one, the sixth one, the seventh one, and the eighth one, all thems are arguments.
They're actual arguments. Sorry, proofs.
Yes.
They could have been called proofs. If the whole 8 were those kind of guys, we could have called them the 8 proofs, which is how we started out, and then we faltered, right? We said, wait, this doesn't work.
Right.
And he noticed it also.
Yeah, those are actual proofs, but the remaining 3, those are just arguments.
Tsupong specifically means,
Their arguments?
exactly, say it again louder.
The refutations of the other guy's arguments?
Yeah, okay.
Disputations.
They are responses to arguments.
Defenses, maybe?
Defenses is good.
Rebuttals.
Rebuttals is good. Okay, good. Okay? So they're not all proofs. Some of them are defenses. Okay, got it?
Cool.
And we noticed that and we had trouble, and that's why we went to the appendix, right?
That's time.
That's nice of him.
I thought you might like
Told
to
us at the beginning would've
see.
been nice.
I thought you might. I made a list for myself because I couldn't remember what's number 1. Okay, these are the proofs. These are the 5 that are proofs. You can't take birth without kunchi. You wouldn't have good bad seeds. You wouldn't have feeling over your body. Okay, and then here's the other 3 he calls them. Okay,
Yeah.
and they feel more like defenses. You see. Okay, got it? So I went and figured it out. These 5 are proofs, these 3 are defenses, okay? Got it? So that was for free.
Thanks, Joshua.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stopped here. 1, 8, 20. Okay, cool. Yay. By the way, the next section, we're crossing a major. We spent so long in that appendix that you may forget where we are. Before we had the appendectomy, we are sorry. Now we're going to go to scripture to support the idea of kunchi.
Oh, right, before it was proofs, right?
Yeah, okay. So now we go to scripture.
Good times continue. Sashi.
Bhagi Joshi Metotam Rira Blingshi Nyende Kampadi Sangye Shindu Mite Uagi Gokunanda Shingla Chupasho Iram Guru Ratnamandala Kamniyataya
Dewa.
Ikeokun Sanam Yeshe 走行，灭世内穷为，当巴克尼头巴手。By the way, search for the word boogie.
Boogie. How many times? 16 times.
That's the end of his book. Gaelic Pal means, may it help all sentient beings.
I'm down with boogie.
If we boogie, he can finish his book this term. If we move briskly, he can finish his book this term. Yay! His first book. Okay. That'll be exciting. I can sell a mind-only book. I'm not sure I can sell a lot.
You can sell any book, it's a hard sell.
Yeah, you can sell ice
Brad
dance.
Pitt. We introduced that to the group.
Pretty much.
I know where you
We can pretend he's Brad Pitt.